Hey everyone, it is Elson932 on YouTube. Thank you so much for joining me. Just say hello in the chat, especially if you can hear me. Say hello, put a 1. Let us know you are here. This is Unsolicited Advice. I had a long day today and I said, you know what? I need to let off some steam. Maybe I just need to let off some advice out there. So glad to have you here. Glad to have you involved. So please, while we go through this, hit the like, hit the share, and I hope you are definitely subscribed to the channel. We have fun here. This is all for entertainment purposes only. We're here to try and give a little advice, unsolicited as it is. But I guess my advice is unsolicited, but they did solicit the advice of the internet, and here we are to provide it. Hey, Munira, thank you for being here. Hey, Unfiltered Doll, hola, ¿cómo estás? And Felicia, thank you for being here. So we're going to get right on to it. Y'all know the heat builds up. So I was told, girl, you're doing it a little too quickly. So in the evenings, it may be a longer live, a longer chat. Folks like the half hour, but hey, they're like, girl, you come in, you come out, and they ain't got time to chew on the story. Hey, AKPOV. Yep. Yes. Hit the like button, y'all, so we can get what further into YouTube's algorithm. So we're going to build up the heat. We're going to start off with our first story, our first request for unsolicited advice. So we're going to start real gentle. But it may not be gentle to me because I'm all about these kids. I'm all about these kids. So, said, how would you handle it if your partner went on vacation with their child, but you and your child were not invited? These are two ladies. The lady asking for advice is a 38-year-old female. She's in a relationship with a 30-year-old female. And she's like, how would you handle it if your partner went on vacation with their child, but you and your child were not included? So they're looking for advice. Said, my partner and I have a blended family. We've been together for 5 years, married for 2. Our family takes a beach vacation every year. It's a big group. The space is usually tight. So my child and I aren't typically included. I have accepted this. This year, my partner and their child are going, and I'm trying not to take it personally. The hard part is my partner and I have been talking for a couple of months about how we cannot afford a summer vacation this year. We both agreed it was not in the budget. So how, now that the trip is happening, I'm feeling confused and hurt. They still have to pay for food, travel, and activities, and I can't help but wonder why those funds weren't considered for something we could do together as a family. I work hard, contribute significantly to our finances, and haven't taken a beach vacation in a while. It stings. I guess I'm trying to figure out if this is something I should talk about directly or let it go. I don't want to be controlling or unsupportive, but I also cannot shake the feeling of being left out and unconsidered. If anyone else has navigated this, how do you handle it? What has helped you communicate without making it worse? So again, the partner is going on vacation with their child, but not including the partner and the partner's child. What are your thoughts on this? Because me, if we partners, we partners. If I can't afford it, we can't afford it, we're not going. That's my solicited advice. If we, as partners, married for 2, cannot afford it, we're not going. And you just taking your child and not my child as well. I mean, maybe I can't afford to go too, but you could certainly take my child as well with your child. But to leave us out of it, I don't agree with this. I do not agree with this at all. We could all be staying home. We all could be staying home. Hey, Jay Blake, thank you for being here. Thank you, thank you. Everybody saying hi to each other. And the 2 kids live in the same home? Yes, Unfiltered Doll, we're guessing. And I'm thinking based on the responses below, the request for opinions, is that the kids are in the home. So you're going to see the other child go away for their on vacation with the other partner, and you're left out. Said, are they really partners? I don't know. It does seem selfish. If you are partners, both technically to me, both children are both of y'all's children. She said a blended family. Well, was the blender on Pulse or was it on Puree? Because it seems like there's a whole bunch of chunks because we ain't fully blended together. If you're thinking about taking your child alone, that we cannot go as a family, then there's no way I can go on this vacation. This does not include funds for food, transportation, other things, but you're going to pay for a vacation and leave the other child at home. There is no way. Jay Blake said it is not right. And Unfiltered Dog said it's giving roommates. It is giving roommates. It's giving roommates, but these roommates are married for 2 years. How can we be married for 2 years, and we agreed we cannot afford this? How did your partner then change their mind and say they're going? Not only that, only taking their child. We could have a conversation and say, well, maybe both adults cannot come, but maybe one of us go with the 2 children. This will create dissension in the ranks. I'm telling you, dissension in the ranks, because again, not just with the partners, but with the children. Do you know what it is? You're going to come back from vacation. One kid has been staying and the other kid went on vacation, had a good old time with the family. Good old time with the family. And all of a sudden, it's like, it's going to create a rift with the kids. You're going to be like, why can't the kids get along anymore? One of the kids got to live with daddy at this stage. This is strange. I'm wondering, I don't know how families blend, but when I was raised in a blended family, it's all for one and one for all. That's why I'm like, all the kids should go. Even if sometimes back in the day, if the adults could not go on the vacation, they sometimes send the kids, send some money with them. But again, in this day and age, sometimes, you got to be there with your kids to make sure your kids, one, have a good time, and two, are protected. So I just don't think this is a good thing at all. Your partner should understand you guys agreed you cannot take a vacation this year. You've got to stick with that sacrifice. Or else you're sacrificing your relationship for what? A weekend trip? A 1-week beach vacation? The beach will always be there. Will your partner always be there after this? So let me know your thoughts, your unsolicited advice for this person that is requesting advice. Put it in the comments. Put it in the comments below, and make sure you continue to hit the like. Let's get to the next one. Let's get to the next one. As I said, every story gets a little bit spicier, just a teeny bit more spice, and it ain't Old Bay spice. So this person is asking, she wants to ask her ex to pay her back for his birthday gift. They are both 24. Okay? She wants to ask her ex back for his birthday gift. Why? She says, I'm feeling torn and I need advice. My ex and I recently broke up, but there's a twist that's been eating at me. For his birthday, I went out of my way to get him a thoughtful and expensive gift. After the breakup, he admitted that he intentionally waited until after I gave him the gift to end things so he can keep the gift. I felt so disrespected and used. Now I'm considering sending him a transfer request to ask for the money I spent on the gift. It's not even just about the money, it's the principle of it. I didn't give it to him expecting a breakup bombshell right after. Do you think it is petty to ask for the money back? Or would it be fair given the circumstances? How would you handle it? Any advice is appreciated. That is our question, y'all. That is our question. Our question is, what would you do? First of all, young lady, why are we telling him we got a gift for him? Why are we telling him we have a gift for him and what that gift is? Why are we telling him? Just take the gift, don't ask. No returns on gifts, let it go. Mm-mm-mm. Take the loss. Any excuse to keep contacting this man, just let him have it. Why are we telling him there's a gift coming and what the gift is? I mean, if you tell me and I don't want to be with you and I know it's an expensive gift that, certainly can sustain me, let's say an expensive handbag, an expensive watch, some folks, the shoes would do it. I'd hang around. I'll stick around. As the old people say, I will tighten my belt and hold out till the birthday, get the gift, and maybe give you a week or two after, and then skedaddle. Why are we telling people? Why are we telling him a gift is coming? Because you are using that gift to hold him till that time. You are also using the gift to keep him tied to you. That's just my thought. That's my unsolicited opinion in this case. You wanted to tie him to you, and you did tie him to you. He stayed until the gift was given, and then he ran. He skedaddled the other way. Now he done told you, ha ha, yep, you wanted to keep me. It did keep me for a while, and then I had to leave. He was honest with you after the fact. Would you have given the gift anyway if he had broken up with you earlier? Is this a returnable gift? It sounds like you want a transfer of ownership. It sounds like a gift that cannot be returned. I would have liked to have known exactly what the gift is, even if you had to whisper it on the bottom, a little PS, a postscript. But girl, you gave the gift. Let it go. It's kind of like when folks are engaged and they give the engagement ring on certain holidays like Christmas, and it is a gift giving season. It is a gift. It is a gift. You cannot take back those gifts. It is a gift, whether it's for a proposal, the promise is, turned away. It was a gift. Hey, Sanders, welcome in, welcome in. So you gave him the gift, and he told you later on he just stayed around just to collect the gift. So he did as he said, but he told you after. If it's not about the money, let it go. Because if it ain't about the money, as the unfiltered doll said, it's about you still contacting this man. You didn't want him to leave. You wanted him to stay around. Maybe you wanted to get your gift worth out of him. I hate to say it, but it sounded like you wanted him to be around because you paid. And that gift was the price of admission or the price of access. That's what I say. Chop it up as a loss. Yes, chop it up as a loss. It is a loss. It is done. You got played. You gonna learn for next time. And I hope there's not a next time. Why are you giving these expensive gifts to boyfriends? This is not your husband. Why are you? Please tell me these single ladies are not out here giving these expensive gifts to boyfriends. Please tell me this young lady is an anomaly, because I cannot understand how you are going to be given gifts like this at 24. They are both 24, giving expensive gifts to a man that is not your husband. I wouldn't even give it to a fiance until our names are signed on that document, on that marriage license, and we are signed, sealed, and delivered. We ain't giving up those expensive gifts. I'm sorry, not happening. Not spending as there is. Jay Blake is telling me, yes, these young ladies are out here doing these expensive gifts. It sounded like you're paying for the relationship. I have to say, you're paying for it. And I'll say the same thing to a man. These type of expensive gifts should be reserved for your wife. It should be reserved to the woman that you have decided to make vows to, not to someone who is the girlfriend. Until you have claimed the title, don't be buying these expensive gifts. I said, yeah, me either. Y'all, I was flabbergasted at that one. I was like, girl. Hey, Trey, how are we doing today, people? Are we repoing gifts? Yes, we're trying to repo gifts, Trey. Okay, wait, what's wrong with giving a gift? How much are we talking? Men got to pay for relationships. Trey, I appreciate your stance. And if you wish to tell your story of repoing gifts, certainly we can. But she wishes to repo a gift because he told her after he broke up with her, he just stayed around long enough to get the gift, and then he ran. So now she feels bamboozled and led astray. Chalk it up to the game. Take this one on the chin, chalk it up to the game. I'm sorry. I wouldn't advise it to a young man either. At 24 years old, we should not be given these expensive gifts. And we do need, Trey is right, we do need a monetary value. But since she said it had to be a transfer of ownership, it tells me something that could not be returned and liquidated for the money back. So that was how can I say it? A little clue as to the monetary value. And at 24, where you get this money for something this expensive? But you know what? I'm not going to get too far into your purse, not too far. But at 24, where you getting this kind of money to give to a boyfriend who's also 24? Okay? We can't listen to Trey. We can't listen to Trey. We can listen. We don't have to follow his advice, but we can always listen to folks. We don't have to follow. We don't have to do as they're trying to say. But we can listen. We could always listen to anyone who has something to say, but that don't mean we're going to believe them. And that don't mean we're on their side. But we're going to listen. But don't tell Trey I said that, okay? Let him know that we listening, but we not going to do as he says, okay? Men got to pay for relationships. Uh, that's a man's point of view. He's paying for a relationship, or is he, kind of showing his appreciation? It's all about perception, okay? It's all about perception. Are you paying for a relationship, or are you showing your appreciation? Hey, we never said life was fair. We never said it was fair for ladies or gents. Listen to me. I'm going to tell you how it is. You're going to tell us how it is for you, but not necessarily how it is for us. So let's get to the next one before I start spilling Trey's tea. Let's get to the third story. We have 4 stories today, okay? So we're getting spicier by the moment. We're getting spicier. Not too spicy in the chat, though, okay? Okay. So this young man is 29-year-old male, says he loves me, who's 24-year-old female, but he won't sleep with her. Okay? He loves her, but he won't sleep with her. My boyfriend and I used to have a very active life, but he stopped initiating and told me I needed to lose weight, even though I'm already very petite. I feel very unattractive, depressed, and frustrated. He said he loves me and believes our intimacy will improve if I lose weight. But I'm not sure if this relationship can work long term. How could I feel better moving forward? Okay, they've been together for almost a year. So you mean to tell me we invested in this much time and it ain't even been a year? I want to know what's going on here. It ain't even been a year and we stopped initiating? Okay, let me get back to the story. In the beginning, our intimacy was great. He was very open about what he wanted to try. We were often intimate. However, a few months into the relationship, he just stopped initiating. Even when I tried wearing lingerie and creating a romantic atmosphere, he struggled to stay standing at attention. Okay? He ain't feeling it, y'all. His body is not responding. I was heartbroken and tried to talk to him about it. At first, he avoided the conversation, but after weeks, he finally admitted he wants me to lose weight. The problem is I'm already very petite, 105 pounds, 4'9". He said he prefers girls even skinnier than I am, and it completely crushed me. This has been ongoing for months. He said he loves me, wants to be with me, and believes we can have a normal, intimate life if I work out more. But I'm struggling to believe that. Outside of the issue, he is kind. We have fun together. I genuinely thought he was the one. But this situation has left me doubting everything. Is it possible for our relationship to recover? How can I feel better about myself and our situation? What do y'all have to say? He sounds controlling. He doesn't like you. Leave. Sandra says, drop the weight. Him. He's the weight. Trey's like, I'm all about educating my sisters out here. These dudes are tripping out here. But I will tell you if you're moving foul as well. We'll tell you. We'll tell you, Trey. This is a perfect time to leave. It hasn't even been a year. Hey, Plain Janie, welcome in. Welcome in. So, Unfiltered Dog said, bye. It's not you, it's him. He's just blaming you. We'll find you one and stop trying to change her. You're not his preference. Trey is even with the ladies saying, leave him now, run. Girl, call his mama fat and go on with your life. Dump him. Now, okay, as a lady of the plus size delegation, I do not know what 105 pounds is, okay? I don't know. That is not my ministry. I am not in that weight class. What I will say, okay, if it's less than a year and he's already not responding to you physically and he's telling you you need to lose weight, you need to leave him. You need to leave him because there's going to be something else, and it's going to be something else, and it's going to be something else. He will be pushing the envelope, pushing the finish line every time. And he will say in his body's not responding to you because it's you. Girl, his body may not be responding even in his 20s because, there's such a thing as the young men are experiencing ED. It ain't got nothing to do with your weight. It may have nothing to do with your weight. His diet. Is he exercising? Because unless he's a gym rat, he should not be telling you that you need to be up there exercising all that much. I'm sorry. Unless, he is a gym rat, you should not be, be told that you need to be exercising. I'm sorry. It just is, I'm not here for it. You need to do what makes you feel special. The Unfiltered Doll said she's 105 pounds. So definitely head to her channel. She could certainly tell you exactly how wonderful it is being a sister that's 105 pounds. Hate to go to Africa, okay? So it may not be my ministry, but him telling you that, Trey said, blessings to the 105ers, but I like my short thighs thick. Okay, so here's a gentleman that may be not even in the caliber because he would like you to gain more weight. Okay, so we have different preferences. And what it is this young man you're with is not making you feel special. He's not making you feel your best. If you feel good about yourself, your partner should feel good about you as well. Should not be trying to change you. And if you lose the weight, what then? What then? He's going to try and control what you eat so you keep the weight off. What happens when you do decide to get married? What happens when you do gain weight because you're carrying a child? Our bodies change. They change with time. They change with circumstance. They change with carrying the next generation. Okay? He's not responding to you, then let him go to find the person he wants to. It's been less than a year. Why are we heartbroken over less than a year? But you may not need to listen to me because I'm one to be wilding out here, okay? I used to be. Less than a year means I ain't invested enough. I ain't invested enough. You carrying on like this less than a year, and you said after a couple months he stopped responding. That was the time for you to leave. It wasn't the time for you to work harder. He's supposed to be romancing you. He's supposed to be trying to get to you. And if he ain't getting to you and he ain't performing, he may be out there performing for somebody else. Maybe he's not responding to you because he's out there with someone less than 105 getting his socks taken off. Okay? Maybe he's out there with someone else and just too tired to perform for you and telling you it's your weight. So, young lady, as we said here, everyone said run. I haven't seen a single person say stay. She's not his cup of tea. Let him go. Yes, Jay Blake. Okay. Yep, we change monthly when we're bloating. So what he's going to tell you, lose the weight then? You need to leave him. He is not prepared for a serious relationship with a young lady of your caliber. And I'm just guessing, okay? At 105, at that height range, I don't think you are overweight at all. And if you start changing now for him, you're going to be forever changing for him. So kick him to the curb, okay? Leave save that lingerie for someone who would appreciate it, because he clearly does not. So let's get to the last story. Whew, the last story. And I said I'll be here just a little bit longer than usual. So let me see. I didn't want to say this, but below 100 pounds sounds like he likes much younger ladies. Yeah, but she said she's less than 5 feet. Okay, she's less than 5 feet. So I can agree with you, but it could be that you probably like model type. He's going for the magazine look, and those ladies on there are 100 pounds, if not less. Yeah, let's see what he looks like. We didn't know if he goes to the gym. We don't know if he got the muscles, if he's over 105 pounds, if maybe all he can lift or bench press is 105 pounds. And that would let us know what his physique is like. Maybe that's why he only wants 105 or lower, because that's all he can lift. Maybe that's all he can lift. But we know what he ain't lifting is that eggplant in her direction, as she said in the story. So let's get to the next story before I really read him for filth. And I don't want to read him for filth at all. So here's this last story. My boyfriend, we're going to call him Mel, 25-year-old male, accidentally mentioned his female co-worker's name. We're going to name her Monica. She's 23-year-old female, after we had intimacy. So y'all, he accidentally mentions his female co-worker's name right after they were intimate. Was that an accident? So the person asking for advice is Luna. She is 25, and the boyfriend is Mel, 25-year-old as well. Not our real names. Later that day, he had drinks with his coworker, and that his coworkers and this girl. He went home and insisted on being intimate with me. Right after we were intimate, I grabbed his phone because I wanted to watch some reels, and he said, did Monica reply to me? He was shocked and said it was a mistake. He was supposed to ask if his brother replied to him. Take note that there is no recent conversation between him and the girl on his phone. I tried asking him why the girl's name came out of his mouth right after our intimacy, because it bothers me a lot. All he said was he was sorry, and he doesn't know why it came out of his mouth, and it means nothing. I asked if he was thinking about the girl while we were intimate, and he said no. But I'm having a hard time believing him. Yeah. What do we think about this story? He accidentally mentions his coworker's name after intimacy. Is this an accident? Was this an accident? Trey said no, he didn't. J-Rick said mentioned or called out. Where is her phone? Unfiltered doll. I'm asking the same thing. Of course he's going to lie. So the question of where is her phone leads me down a very dark path. So she said he went out for drinks with the coworkers, including this girl, and he came back and insisted on getting between the sheets. What that tells me is that he probably was different. Maybe he's outperformed himself previously, or it could be lackluster. Either way, it caused her to say, I need to grab his phone because something is different, and say that she wants to see videos. Say she wants to look at something else. I'm thinking she wanted to see, wait a minute, I want to see if there are any women you've been texting. Maybe he underperformed. Or I want to see what y'all were up to at the bar, because something here ain't feeling right. That's what I'm thinking with the where's her phone, why she grabbed his phone. She wanted to get information off of his phone. Now, she probably grabbed it when it was unlocked. Why are we grabbing our phones right after? I don't know. I don't know what these young people are doing out here. They are clearly running amok, because these are 25, and the young lady he was mentioning is 23 years young. So I don't know I don't know. Maybe he got it on, before he got home with Miss Monica. We don't know. Maybe he came home and was worked up by Miss Monica and then laid it on his girlfriend, Luna. I don't know. But my guess is something was different enough for Luna to be like, wait a minute, something is up here. Something is up here. Yep, something aroused him before he got home. Hey, was he roused or was he lackluster? See, I want to give the young man the benefit of the doubt that he was on hammer time. I'm thinking he was on hammer time, and the girlfriend is like, "Ain't no way, you ain't never been this great. I need to understand why you're trying to be this great." Or it could be that he was lackluster, but I'm gonna give him that he was putting in the work. I'm gonna give him that. Probably was down at the Pank where the girls get naked. Maybe he came home, or maybe, as Trey says, he was fantasizing about the girl while sleeping with his girlfriend. Either way, it is problems, problems, problems on top of issues. Now, the girlfriend is the issue that he was just on top of. So you're talking about more issues, okay? Because she's giving him an issue right now. She's issuing like, what's going on? And why would you then be mentioning your brother? Why would you then be mentioning your brother? Why would you try to cover up and say, oh, did my brother text me back? There's no recent text from your brother. You know what? It's at least best that she said he did not try to grab the phone, because then we would know he was trying to hide something. So it's good that we know he didn't try to grab the phone, reach for it, hide something, or maybe he just tried to hide with words, but then that would lead her to the text messages, the text message section. So I don't know what he's trying to do here. I think it's, as Trey said, he was fantasizing and the wrong name came to the surface. That's what I'm thinking. He was extra. He was extra. So Jay Blake wishes to give the gentleman the benefit of the doubt that he was extra performative. He put in the work. He was, totally into, the cobbler, as they say on the movie Ray. He was putting in work. I'm going to say sometimes putting in work or being lackluster, either way, our antennas as ladies, it goes up. We're like, okay, you're different. You've outperformed yourself, either better or worse. And I got to know something is different. I got to know why. And you, sir, mentioned the name Monica. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? You have just put a spotlight on this young lady at work. She may not even be thinking about him. This Monica young lady could be going about her life, could have her own boyfriend, not even thinking about him. And here he is damaging his relationship for someone who may pay him no mind. No mind at all. So what do you think? What, my unsolicited advice, young lady, you asked him about it. You're suspicious. Pay attention. Continue to pay attention. I'm not saying doing anything illegal like clone his phone. I'm not giving any suggestions about doing anything, but I'm saying people have done this in the past. Clone his phone, check his messages, check the deleted text messages, check the cloud. I'm not telling you exactly what to do. I'm not giving you any suggestions, just what people may have done in the past. But, you do with information what you will. Keep, talking to his friends, go to the drinks with the coworkers, observe from afar how he is interacting with Miss Monica. Is this a regular go out for drinks with coworkers? Again, I'm not telling you what to do or how to handle it, but this is unsolicited advice. You do with it what you will. But keep observing him, keep checking, looking. And for some of us ladies, we are hound dogs. Sniff around and find out exactly what's going on. Because there's probably more information out there. You're just now heightened in your observance. So please put your unsolicited advice in the comments. Put it in the chat. Let me know what your thoughts are on these. I have decided to, add, instead of 3 stories, we have done 4 stories today. Let me know if the length of this is exactly how you do like. And as Jay Blake said, keep your good eye on him. We don't know if it's the left or the right, but the good one, keep that good eye on him. Because if it's slipping out, verbally, well, first physically, because you notice something, Now it's out verbally. Keep your eye out for that third strike and be ready to run when that third strike comes out and send him to the bullpen. But y'all, thank you so much for joining me. This is Unsolicited Advice. We cover just different areas where people either ask for advice on the internet, but certainly our advice is unsolicited. But I thank you for being here. Please like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you look out for other videos, and we'll be doing this while we wait for Love is Blind and other dating shows come up, on the internet. How many of us thought about someone while being with someone else? Let's be honest with ourselves here. But he definitely messed up real bad and never called out someone's name before. Trey, there's always a first time for everything. But what we're saying here, keep your lips sealed. Keep your lips sealed. Y'all, thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you on the next one.